What's up? Today I'm doing a preventative maintenance on this Hoshizaki Flaker ice machine. Open this up, see what's going on, go through the cleaning procedure step by step. We've got all the panels taken off of this Flaker ice machine. For reference, it is a Hoshizaki F-450MAJ. I'm going to start by removing all the ice from the storage bin. I'm going to disassemble the machine by removing the spout and the chute, and then I'll show you what that looks like. If you're curious, there are cleaning instructions on the inside of the top panel. There's also a maintenance schedule for your daily, bi-weekly, monthly, 6 months, yearly, and then 3 years. Sanitizing procedure, and then all your parts breakdown so you know what you're looking at. That's actually really, really good information right there. Like I said before, the spout and the chute will be removed. I'm going to be taking out all of these finger screws, these wing nuts. I'm going to take off this bin control so I can kind of push this back, get it out of my way. I'm going to be adding hot water to the evaporator to warm it up, get all the ice out of there so that I can add my descaler solution and let that soak. I will also be inspecting the water trough, seeing if it needs to be cleaned. Doesn't really look all that dirty, but I'll still remove this top, spray everything with some sanitizer, and give it a good wipe down. With all of the finger screws and wing nuts removed, you can remove the bin control. See the spout comes up and off, and we'll leave the chute in place because what we'll be doing is adding our descaler, and then we'll connect this, make the descaler ice so it'll drop right back down there into the bin. Before I get my hot water and pour it over the top of the extruder head, we want to, from the off state, swap that over to drain and then turn that on. It'll energize our dump valve, drain the water out of the water trough, and then allow us to add our hot water, and then that'll also flow down through the dump valve down the drain. Got my pitcher of hot water. That's gonna go directly over the top of the extruder head. And the only reason why we're doing this is to get all the ice out of the evaporator so that the cleaner will actually touch the metal surfaces and do what it's supposed to do, eat away that lime calcium buildup, lime scale buildup, all that good stuff. Got my Hoshizaki Scale-Away mixed up. The cleaning instructions call for 9.6 ounces to a gallon of water. For this purpose, it's about half a gallon. It's like 90, what is it? For this purpose here, we filled it up to about 48 ounces of water and about 8 ounces of Scale-Away. We're gonna take this. I did use these switches here and I drained out the hot water. So the evaporator is nice and empty. And we're gonna pour this directly down in the evaporator. You'll be able to see in the water trough whether or not you're full up of cleaner or not. I'll show you that in just 1 second. There you are. We're all full with cleaner. We're gonna let that soak for 10 to 15 minutes. After that soaking period, what we'll do is we'll put the spout back on, reattach the chute, and then while in ice mode, we'll switch this back on. It'll make ice, and then we'll let it make ice until the ice comes out clear instead of green. While this thing's been soaking, I emptied out the storage bin. I also changed the water filter back there, and I cleaned out the condenser. The only real important things to note: flush your water filter. The air flows from the front of the machine to the back, so when you clean the condenser, you have to blow it from the back to the front. And then emptying out the ice, I do it every single time because when this thing goes into making ice, it makes the descaler ice and drops right on top of the the ice, you could also cover it with a plastic bag, catch all that descaler ice and get rid of it. But emptying out the storage bin ensures the bottom of your storage bin is clean and that your drain isn't clogged. And then for the water filter, just follow manufacturer's recommendations for flushing and how often you need to change that water filter. Now that my descaler is soaked in the evaporator for 15 minutes with this switch here in the ice position, I'm gonna click this on. And then once the machine starts making ice, I'll show you what it looks like at first and then what it looks like after it's been running for 10 to 15 minutes. Depending on how hot it is in your room, you may need to put on this right side panel because this allows air from the condenser to blow out this way instead of through. Now that this is making ice, you can see that the ice is coming out green. The water in my water trough is also green. As this makes ice and this fills up with new water, this will become clear, and so will this. I'll show you what that looks like in about 15 minutes. Here we go, 15 minutes later. We got mostly clear ice coming out and the water in the water tank is mostly clear. I could let it go for a little bit longer, but I'm gonna call it good. Swap this over to, so we'll swap this off, swap to the drain, turn it back on, let the rest of it drain out. And then I'm gonna take off my spout and my chute, clean those, take the tray out, clean that, and then clean this water line. This is nice and clean. It's basically a brand new machine, I think, but I'll inspect it and then I'll also be inspecting my dump valve. All taken apart. Inspecting the dump valve is very important. Make sure there's not calcium buildup on there, as well as down inside of here. I did end up removing this guy because it was dirty. I'll show you in 1 second. It's over there. Wipe off the float switch. I'll be wiping out this area, cleaning out this area, and wiping this hole. I will still be dropping my ice deflector, cleaning up there. But these are my parts. So you want to clean off some of this green, nasty buildup that starts to form, as well as this stuff. And then this drain hose down inside there has a lot of nasty crap building up inside there. So wipe off this area, and then I'm going to be cleaning these one by one and putting them back together. All clean and put back together. Everything in here attached, everything's attached. Nothing really of note. Control switch in the ice position. Click that on. Should start up in a couple minutes. And I still need to rinse out that pile of descaler ice, drop the ice deflector, which is pretty simple. Just undo these finger screws here and here. I think I have about 8 minutes. Everything looks pretty clean. Give it a quick wipe down, wipe this little bit of yellow, spray everything with sanitizer, and show you what it looks like once it fires up and starts making ice. All put back together. Pretty easy process for cleaning this Hoshizaki F-450. Just did a quick descaling, empty out the storage bin, clean the condenser, change the water filter. I will be wiping off the panels. Don't forget to check the air filter in the front. It should be cleaned twice a month, usually by the end user, pretty quick. We do have ice falling down in the storage bin. Nice clean pile of ice. Not really much to say for this particular job. Just check out Ice Machine 411 on Patreon. Become a channel member if you haven't already, and email me directly at icemachine411@gmail.com, and we'll see you on the next video.